I may never go swimming again. Hi, book friends, welcome back. I'm still here next to my spooky TBR pile for the month of October. If you're interested in knowing what these books are, go ahead and check out the other video where I talk about my spooky reads for October, my TBR pile that I'm going to try and get through. This video is October's TBR jar, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. So instead of picking from the jar from all of my books that I have on my shelf that I haven't read yet, I'm going to pick specifically from my spooky reads. With the exception of 2 books which I checked out from the library, all of these books are on my shelf. I own them and I have not read them yet. I want to read spooky this month. I want to read horror, thriller, mystery, ghosts, paranormal, psychics, abandoned mansions, all that good stuff. And I want my TBR jar pick to reflect that. So instead of picking from the jar, where I have a lot of different genres in the jar, I'm going to use a random number generator, thank you internet, and pull one of these books for October's TBR jar vlog. I am reading my best friend's exorcism for sure this month because that's for my in-person book club. So there's 23 books, not counting my best friend's exorcism. It's gonna be can you see that? I don't think you can see that. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Let's try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then in my little book here, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So just kind of like down the line. Okay, let's generate the number first. Generate, go. 21. So that's gonna be in this book because this was through 13. Lucky number 21 is The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon. I'm excited to read this one. I love her books. They're always great fun and very spooky and kind of draw me in. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon. I think it's about a haunted swimming pool, so could be interesting. Let's see how this reading vlog goes. I'll try to keep it spooky and seasonal and all that good stuff. So let's get reading. As it turns out, the haunted pool is not like a concrete pool in someone's backyard, which is what I originally thought it was when I read the description of this book. In fact, the pool is a natural mineral springs. That makes so much more sense. The first part of this book is pretty spooky already. There have already been a couple of times where I'm like, oh no, should I be closing the drapes in my house? It's dark outside. I'm a little afraid of what might be out there watching me. This week is starting out pretty quiet. We're not doing too much. I've been in my writing cave, working on a new book, trying to get some revisions done. The rest of the day, I'm just taking care of house chores and stretching my body, trying to go on walks and do some yoga. Lots of tea breaks. Had to make a trip to the library to grab a book that was on hold for me. Friends Like These by Kimberly McCreet. This is not a spooky book, I don't think. I think it's a thriller, a mystery, maybe about friendships gone wrong, a reunion that went bad or something, I don't know. I really like Kimberly McCreet's previous book, so I'm excited to get to this one. Every year, my neighbor goes a little wild with her Halloween decorations, and this year was no exception. Now when I walk by my window, this guy's looking back at me, and yeah, it makes me jump every time. So I'm alone in the house tonight. Ryan went to play poker with friends, and while he's gone, I'm gonna try and read this book and not get freaked out. Wish me luck. Already, Charlie is like staring out the window like somebody's out there. I mean, it has been a while since a book has scared me, so I'm actually really loving this. Okay, I got a little too freaked out, and so I had to get up and make some chocolate chip cookies to keep myself company. I love how Jennifer McMahon has set up these mineral springs. They are both haunted and miraculous. They heal people, but also there's something really spooky going on with them. I don't want to say too much because I feel like this is definitely a book that you need to experience for yourself, but the way she's described these springs with ice-cold black water, I just get chills thinking about it. So it's Friday and I finished my novel revisions. For the rest of the weekend, I'm just gonna be hanging out with friends, we've got a volleyball game, and then I'm gonna go apple picking. That seems like a very seasonal hipster thing to do, and I'm going to fully embrace it and go pick some apples. And I'm gonna bring you along with me. I always get a little carried away picking apples. This farm that we went to for apple picking also sold local honey and this delicious blackberry peach jam. There were other vegetables there too. I bought some yummy looking peppers. I was torn this time trying to decide if I should make a pie, a cake, or a crisp. Tonight I'm making a crisp. I think next week I'll probably make an apple cake. I don't know if I'll get to the pie. But this crisp smells delicious. I love the cinnamon, nutmeg flavors, the sweetness of the apples combined with the brown sugar caramelization. It's so delicious. And I don't have to hassle with the pie crust. After a hard day's work, picking apples and cooking crisp, I'm ready to settle in and keep reading The Drowning Kind. Things are getting a little intense. I'm not going to give away any spoilers or secrets, but I am definitely looking over my shoulder for ghosts. It just keeps getting spookier and spookier with every chapter, and all the little threads are starting to come together and everything's starting to connect. Okay, it's Sunday and I think I have about 50 more pages to read before I'm done with this book. I don't have anything planned for today. It's kind of gray and rainy outside. We had a little bit of a hailstorm, and so I'm just going to sit on the couch and power through the rest of this book. There's also this great line, "What's the difference between a ghost and a memory?" God, I love that. And I love how she's playing with this idea of the water as a door between worlds, a place that keeps secrets. I've read enough Jennifer McMahon books to know she likes to put a little twist at the end of hers, so let's see if she does that with this one. Don't worry, I won't tell you either way. I finished reading The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon. I do not want to do a deep dive into this book because I feel like I'll be giving away a lot. I'll be taking away from the pleasure of reading this book. I'm gonna try and keep this wrap up short. I really liked The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon. It was a perfect spooky read for this month. The book centers around a mineral pool, a spring in Vermont, and there are rumors swirling around saying that this pool is haunted, there's something evil there, but also there's something miraculous. It gives, it takes. So the heart of this book, the center of it, is this mineral spring in Vermont. And then you have two separate storylines. One is present day, one is in the past in like the 1920s, 1930s. The present day timeline is told from the perspective of Jax, a woman who's a psychologist, a child psychologist, I think. Her and her sister grew up, they spent their summers at this house with their grandmother next to this mineral spring. Then the past timeline, the 1920s, 1930s timeline, is told from the perspective of another woman, Ethel Eden, something like that, and she is newly married to a doctor and is desperate to have a child. The book goes back and forth following these two women as they interact with this mineral spring, this haunted mineral spring. I did like the back and forth between the two timelines. I thought that added a lot of depth to the story and to the characters. That's about all I want to tell you. I just feel like it's the kind of book that is best enjoyed if you go into it not knowing very much about it. There were plenty of scary moments that like I got chills on my body as I was reading. I love how Jennifer McMahon slowly unwinds the stories so that you're kind of on edge the whole time. You're kind of wondering what's real and what's not. Am I imagining these bumps in the night? I like that there were different elements that I don't normally see, like a haunted mineral springs. I mean, that's not something that you normally see. You see haunted houses all the time, haunted people, haunted places, haunted forests. The specificness of the mineral springs was pretty interesting and fun and spooky. How many times can I say spooky in a video? How many? I will just say that I had to turn on all the lights in the house when I was reading this book. I tried reading it in the dark and I scared myself. And I don't scare very easily when I'm reading fiction. This is a great one if you were looking for a scary read. So that's it for the October TBR Jar Reading vlog. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't turn around. There's a ghost behind you.